Hey guys, this is Pip again. And we talked about going out on that first date with the realtor, kind of getting to know them. We talked about seller financing. We talked about are they an investor? And so what we want to do is we want to get into what would be like that second date with the realtor. And so when we're looking at this realtor scenario, and maybe we call this the second date, we'll do that. We'll have some fun with this on that second date. So what do we want to know is, well, they may not be an investor, but do they work with investors? Do they work with other investors? If so, could I talk to some other investors that they have worked with? I'd also like to know if they have worked with other investors, what types of investment properties have they bought? What type of investment properties have they helped these other investors purchase? Now, the thing we need to think about here is, what if they haven't worked with other investors? Is that okay? And I'm going to say 1,000,000% that's good, as long as what? They're willing to work with us. They're willing to help us get properties that we need. And that's really the key. As long as they're open-minded and willing to work with us, no issues whatsoever. I want to know, are they a listing agent? Meaning, do they have listings where they represent the seller? Are they a listing agent? Most realtors, as a percentage, are going to be what we call buyer's agents. And they're going to represent different buyers. And it's fine if your agent doesn't have listings and they only represent buyers. That's fine. We just want to make sure, and I'll go back to the very beginning of what I said, is that they are willing to work with us. And that's really a key. Are they willing to work with us through this process? Now, we also want to know if they're the listing agent. Why do we like listing agents? Because they are working directly with the seller, so they are the decision makers, or let me rephrase that, they're working with the decision makers in that example. Now, some things we need to understand about realtors, and we'll keep it really simple here, but one of the questions you're going to ask them is, what are the average days on market? The days on market is what DOM is, days on market. So on that second date, you're going to ask them, where are they a realtor at? They say they're a realtor in a specific area. And then you're going to ask them, well, what's the average days on market? What's going on in that market? What's happening in that market? Is there a lot of new builds going on? Is there a lot of for rents? Are there lots of properties for sale? And what you'll find with days on market is that the longer the days are on market, so if it's 60 days on market, that means it's a buyer's market. We're going to be able to get some discounts there. If the days are short, if they're saying, oh my gosh, it's houses sell within 7 days. Well, the shorter days on market means what? It's a seller's market, and they're going to be able to get the price that they want, and many times they might even get competitive bids. So we want to understand that process. Is it a shorter time frame in a seller's market? Is it a buyer's market? And that is determined by your days on market. Probably the last question, and you may even get this as your first question, are they an agent or a broker? Look at it as the broker's kind of the boss of all the agents. And so a broker could have tons of agents working underneath them. An agent works for the broker. I'm fine either way, but I like to work with brokers, but a lot of times they don't have time because they're managing all their agents. I just want to be able to make sure, though, that I can get to those decision makers, and I can make sure that when I ask for something, I can talk to somebody who can help me make a decision on a property. And so most of your people that you're going to be working with are going to be the agents, but I want to make sure they have a good working relationship with the broker. So there's a difference between a real estate agent and a real estate broker. The agent generally works for the broker. They all have access to the MLS, which is a benefit to us, and they all, as long as they are what? Willing to work with us and be creative, and more importantly, to basically let us be the customer. And the customer is always right. I'm not asking them to do anything that's out of integrity, that's illegal. I want to make sure that I'm just asking them to do things, but they got to have my best interest in mind. So look forward to seeing you guys on the path.